Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is Digital Armour, I am Tim, and this is White Dwarf issue 461. So this is I can't tell if it's the February or the March edition to be honest, but it's issue 461 and it's brand new through my front door yesterday. And I've taken it out of the wrapping so it doesn't have my address on and so I don't have to faff with that on camera. But I haven't actually had a look through it. So I thought it'd be quite interesting to have a flick through this and see what is going on. And yeah, I'm half in and half out of the hobby. I'm interested in what I'm interested in, but I have very little sort of knowledge of what's going on in terms of Warhammer community and releases for the games that I'm not interested in. So you'll have to excuse me if I sound like a noob in terms of Age of Sigmar or Warcry, if there's anything like that in here. But in terms of Titanicus, Necromunda, possibly 40k, I'm on the ball, for the most part at least. So going through the contents, there seems to be a lot of Sigmar looking stuff in here, so we'll see how I get on with that. Contacts, so readers, letters, things like that. Looks like there's some very nice models down there, painted up nicely. So we've got a very green looking Annihilation barge down there for the Necrons, that looks cool, and a classic old Noise Marine, that is a treat to see. Cool, so moving on, we've got, yeah, even more readers models. Those look lovely there. Look at that servo spotter, like a servo cherub. Really like those. Anything sort of Blanchitsu style is definitely up my street. And that little sort of diorama-y kind of base thing with a bit of scenery behind the orc, that's really cool. Worlds of Warhammer. So this is Age of Sigmar background stuff, really, I guess. Okay, so we can flick through that. On to the Age of Sigmar section. Like I say, don't know too much about what is going on with this and the Flashpoint Broken Realms and stuff. So there seems to be a lot of writing. Possibly this is some kind of campaign. I love maps, so yeah, that's a big tick, even though I don't know what's actually going on. Looks like we've got some undead. We've got all kinds of information going on there, and then some new rules for whatever is happening here. So that's pretty cool. We've got how to set up your game, sort of the battle plan and etc, sort of what happens under these scenarios. That's the word I was looking for, scenarios. So we've got a few scenarios to play out this Flashpoint Broken Realms mini campaign, I guess. And then some more special rules here, and these look like they are characters, quite possibly, but something extra to add to your games. Spell tables. Spell tables remind me so much of old sort of Warhammer Quest and things like that. Love it. Bestial companion options. We've got different beasts here as well, so that's pretty cool. So fully customizable sets of instructions. This is going to be really fun to flick through. Despite not liking it, I do like Hero Quest, Warhammer Quest, that type of a game. So anything like this sort of customizing characters is right up my street. Then we get into a bit of paint splatter, so how to paint these guys. They are Crypticals. I want to say Cryptghast. Okay, Cryptghast, not Crypticals. But yeah, in depth through their usual paint splatter. 2 pages of it. Fair play. And then we get into the tale of 4 warlords. So again, this is Age of Sigmar, I think. We've got the big crazy hat guys. We've got some kind of chaos, I think. We've got wood elves, I want to say, and Slanesh. So we've got a couple of chaos and a couple of pointy hats. Oh, that's taking me right back. That's like 3rd or 4th edition, isn't it? And I remember sending off for those archers. You can get them free under certain things, like if you sent off a little slip back to Warhammer, back to Warhammer HQ. So this is just showing how they're all getting on. It's looking pretty cool. I guess that there's no sort of playing with the armies, I guess. And that's another super old, the Warhammer versions of the codexes. I don't know what they were called. I think they were just called army books. But yeah, they were really nice to look through the old stuff. So yeah, there's not a lot going on here. It's all very wordy. I'm sure that that'll be great to dive into and read, though, to see how they're feeling about their armies. And then this is all about Slanesh here. You can tell by the extreme amount of purple that's going on with it. Those chariots look really cool. There's that Noise Marine again. And then we've got these demonettes. They've always been really cool models. That looks like a cultist, Slanesh cultist or something like that. Even more purple, blimey. Looks really, really unified, though, on the battlefield. That looks superb there, I guess. Big spinny warp thing going on. That is... I don't know if they've remade that or not, but that is a Dark Eldar model, I guess. So yeah, it looks like they've gone all out and converted all kinds of stuff going on there, so that's going to need a closer look at some point. That looks brilliant. It mentions about sort of war bands, so that's right. Whoa, that is a big pink knight. Okay, so that is an Emperor's Children knight. Pink and black. That looks impressive. Fair play. Yeah, that looks proper gribbly, like these big massive spikes coming out of the legs and all sorts. There's something down on the base. You've got some groin spikes and all kinds of stuff. Is that a marine standing on the top there? I don't know. But again, we've got noise marines over here that look fantastic as well. Okay, that's interesting. We've got some basing here. Ways to do it. That looks really nice with sort of the treasure and stuff on it. These look a little bit hard to pose a miniature on with all of those tentacles and things, but I'm sure you could find a way, or just use it as an objective, I guess. That might be what they're going for. And now we're into the 40k section. So again, we've got a Flashpoint Charadon Warzone. So all kinds of background, presumably to a little bit of a campaign or a series of scenarios like we just had with the Sigmar. And then here we go, cool. So here's the actual sort of rules and things for how to play this Charadon Warzone. Effects, relics to pick up, tactical objectives, some new rules and things for it. So that's cool. And then we've got a battle report here. We've got Necrons versus, it looks like Genestealer Cult, although there are some Tyranids in the back, so it might be a little bit of a mixed force. Here we go. So it is, yeah, predominantly Genestealer Cult with some Tyranid allies at the back, and a really, really lovely looking Necron army there as well. So that's the board. It's kind of like a red Martian board, and just so I don't spoil anything, we're going to flick through as best as I can through to the end of the battle report so it doesn't spoil it for anyone. So, on to this, Echoes of the Warp. Robin Crudace, I didn't realise that he was still there and writing. So we've got some rules and tactics here. We've got some lovely looking white scars on the new bikes. They look sweet. They look really, really nice. Lovely looking Blood Angels and some Death Company there. And on to Dichasm. Okay, so this is something that we're back to the unfamiliar. The Beastgrave and Underworlds. This whole thing has just sort of passed me by. You would have thought this would be right up my street, blending models with card games. But yeah, it's just something that I haven't had time to look into, and still don't have the time to look into at the moment. So we'll skip through all of that, and even more Dichasm stuff here. Some lovely looking models. Nice sort of Beastman there. Some of the super helmet guys up there. Even more of them, just lots and lots and lots of pictures of cards and things everywhere. Hopefully these numbers are then referenced in the text so that people that know what's going on know what's going on. Loads of it. This is a really massive section, isn't it? There's tons. Black Library section. So we've got an interview here. Nip Kime, Guy Haley. Guy Haley's an awesome author. Cool, so that looks like a really fun interview. I'm up to, I just finished Vulcan Lives, I think, in terms of the Heresy novels, and then I stopped. And then this looks like a bit of a fiction right up here, so that'll be something to hopefully peruse over. It's fairly short, fairly sweet. Seems quite fun. There's someone called Whitebeard, someone called Drury. Goes on a bit, actually. It's not that short, is it? That's like a full-on sort of mini novella, I guess. And then outside the studio, this part's always fun to see what's been going on. That looks lovely. That is a Silver Templars repulsor. And yeah, these flying tanks, they're growing on me. At first I was like, what on earth is that? What's wrong with a good old Land Raider? Or a Predator? It's kind of in between, I guess, isn't it? But yeah, it is growing on me. I do like the sort of angled hatches and all the gribbly bits down the sides. Haven't actually seen what it looks like on the back, so that might change my mind there. Okay, so Hobby Bingo. That seems quite fun, sort of being able to fill that in as you make any hobby progress. I'd get nowhere with that. Very hit and miss. And then we finish off with some lovely looking Imperial Fists. That is one chapter that has never appealed to me. I just haven't felt any kind of need to paint that much yellow in one go. Next issue, Index Exorcists, and it doesn't say anything else about it there as to what else is coming next issue other than the Exorcists. Back cover's just got a bit of art. So there we go. That was my flick through of White Dwarf issue 461. Please let me know if that was of any use to you. I don't want to keep doing these. Well, keep doing these. This was the first one. If they're not going to be of any use to you, and any feedback or suggestions as to what I could do better next time with next month's issue would be very much appreciated. Would you rather me read through it first, so that I know what I'm talking about? I don't know, basically anything that you think that could make this slightly better and more viewable for you, the lovely viewer, then it would be very much appreciated. So I'm going to sign off there. Tune in sometime very soon for more Warhammer goodness, or it could be Magic the Gathering, it could be old card games like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, or it could be Pokemon TCG now. I'm getting back into that as well. Lovely bit of variety, just general nerdiness on this channel from here on out. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash that like button, or if you really have to, you could hit the dislike button. It's down to you. Drop a comment below, like I just said. Feedback always welcome, and take care of yourselves. See you soon. Cheers.